the yogis.
Yogina of the yogis.
Brahma Siddhaye, for perfection in self-realization.
Brahma Siddhaye, for perfection in self-realization.
Translation: perfection in self-realization cannot be attained by any kind of yogi unless he engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for that is the only auspicious path. And purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Before I start read the purport, I would like to recite the prayers. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim Swayamukam
Swakatam Krishna Punyashravana Kirtanam Pradayanto Stiya Bhadrani Dvanamati Saratsatam Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashyashate Sitarane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go Brahmanitaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji, would you like to read the purport or you want me to read?
I can read. I might have to draw for Guru Maharaj's class, but I will read for now. Okay, thank you. That knowledge and renunciation are never perfect unless joined by devotional service. Unless joined by devotional service is explicitly explained here. Na yujamanaya means without being dovetailed. When there is devotional service, then the question is where to offer that service. Devotional service is to be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of everything. For that is only reliable path. That is the only reliable path of self-realization or Brahman realization. The word Brahma Siddhaye means to understand oneself to be different from matter, to understand oneself to be Brahman. The Vedic words are Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma Siddhi means that one should know that he is not matter, he is pure soul. There are different kinds of yogis, but every yogi is supposed to engage in self-realization or Brahman realization. It is clearly stated here that unless one is fully engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot have easy approach to the path of Brahma Siddhi. In the beginning of the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that when one engages himself in the devotional service of Vasudeva, spiritual knowledge and renunciation of the material world automatically becomes manifest. Thus, a devotee does not have to try separately for renunciation or knowledge. Devotional service itself is so powerful that by one's service attitude, everything is revealed. It is stated here, Shiva Pantha. This is the only auspicious path for self-realization. The path of devotional service is the most confidential means for attaining Brahman's realization. That perfection in Brahman's realization is attained through the auspicious path of devotional service. Indicates that the so-called Brahman realization or realization of the Brahma Jyoti effulgence is not Brahma Siddhi. Beyond that Brahma Jyoti, there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Upanishads, a devotee prays to the Lord to kindly put aside the effulgence, Brahma Jyoti, so that the devotee can see within the Brahma Jyoti the actual eternal form of the Lord. Unless one attains realization of the transcendental form of the Lord, there is no question of bhakti. Bhakti necessitates the existence of the recipient of devotional service and the devotee who renders devotional service. Brahma Siddhi through devotional service is realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The understanding of the effulgent rays of the body of the Supreme Godhead is not the perfect stage of Brahma Siddhi or Brahman realization, nor is the realization of the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Person perfect. For Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Akilatma. He is the Super Soul. One who realizes the Supreme Personality realizes the other features, namely the Paramatma feature and the Brahman feature, and the total realization is Brahma Siddhi.
Thank you, Mataji. And this verse, we are from few classes, we are learning this teachings of Lord Kapila. And just for the, just for the brief recap, Kapila Dev is the son born to the Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni is manifested from the shadow of Brahma. And he was born in the mode of goodness when he was born. And then Brahma commanded Kardama Muni to get children, like for the progeny, to increase the population. Brahma, in the beginning of the creation, he from his shadow, the Kardamuni born, and then Brahma instructed Kardamuni to get children. So he want to get married, right, before that. But Kardamuni is a great sage and yogi. So he started meditating tapasya, and he did tapasya for 10,000 years. It is back in Satya Yuga, so people were living for more than 100,000 years like that. And he did tapasya for 10,000 years. Then Supreme Personality of Godhead, he pleased with his tapasya, and he appeared in front of him. The whole thing happened near the river Saraswati. And then Kardamani, the Supreme Lord appeared in front of him, and then Kardamani offered his prayers, and then Lord was very pleased. And then he knows Kardamuni's what is intentions in his mind, so what is in his heart. So then he said, Swayambhu Manu is going to approach you day after tomorrow, and with her wife also, and they will ask you to marry their daughter Devhuti. You should marry her, and then I will be born for both of you as a son very soon. And then I will like that God instructs. And then Kardamuni was really happy, and then he is waiting, and then Lord disappeared, and then Kardamuni was meditating on that, and then Swayambhu Manu and with his wife Satrupa, they came to his ashram and then asked his married his daughter. Then Kardamuni agreed, and then the marriage happened. And then Devhuti is a really very chaste wife, and even though she's daughter of a king, she serves very nicely to Kardamuni. And then they both had 9 daughters. And then then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he appeared in the womb of in the womb of Devahuti next after the 9 daughters. Then Brahma knows this, and then he comes with all his other sages and everyone. He comes to the ashram because he want to welcome the Lord's appearance, like he's in the womb, he knows, and he want to bless them. He came, and then and he tells that Brahma tells Kardamuni that original Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared as an incarnation by his internal energy in the womb of Devaki. And then by mystic yoga and practical application of knowledge from the scriptures, Kapila Muni, he will be born, and then he will propagate all the Sankhya philosophy, he told. And then And what are the characteristics of Kapila Dev means he had golden hair, and his eyes are like lotus petals, and his lotus feet they have marks of lotus flowers. And then and he is going to teach Sankhya philosophy. And jnana means attaining knowledge received through disciplic succession from the scriptures, and vijnana means practical application of the knowledge. And Kapila Muni, his Sankhya philosophy is based on the jnana and vijnana, both. Lord Brahma told Devahuti that same personal, supreme personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kaitaba is now within your womb. He will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubt. Then he will travel all over the world. He will be approved by the acharyas, expert in disseminating real knowledge, and among then people, he will be celebrated by the name Kapila. He will increase your fame as the son of Devahuti. And he told all these things to Devahuti. And Kardamuni, then the what Kardamuni did is he married all his 9 daughters, and then Kapildev was born, and then Kapildev is a supreme personality of Godhead. So Kardamuni asked the permission of Kapiladev that he want to take sannyasa, and he even though he's taking sannyasa, he will be carrying the supreme personality of Godhead within his thoughts and mind completely, always, right? He want to renounce this family life and take sannyasa, and he left the Devahuti's responsibility to his son Kapildev, and then he left. And when once Devahuti approached Kapildev, and she tells him, like, I was very sick of disturbance caused by my material senses. For because of this sense disturbance, my lord, I have fallen into the abyss of ignorance. You have arisen to decimate the rays of the sun. In order to dissipate the darkness of ignorance of the universe, due to my feelings of false ego, I have been engaged by your Maya and have identified myself with the body and consequent bodily relations. All these words, she remembered from the Brahma's instructions that Kapildev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why she's asking very submissively all these things. She is open her mind, and then she is saying what is in her mind. Like, when we read this, aren't we supposed to pray like this? Because we are also I identify with my body all the time, and also we are covered under false ego and we are conditioned, right? So, and then she's saying, like, you are the only person of whom to take shelter. You are the axe which can cut the tree of material existence. I therefore offer my obeisances unto you. You are the greatest of all transcendentalists. I inquire from you as to the relationship between man and woman, and between spirit and matter. She asked, like, submissively, this is how we approach a guru, or whenever we want to get knowledge, this is how we have to be, like, surrender and submissive, right? And then Kapildev said, the yoga system which relates to the Lord and individual soul, which is meant for the ultimate benefit of the living entity, and which causes detachment from all happiness and distress in the material world, is the highest yoga system. And then in the stage in which the consciousness of the living entity is attracted by the 3 modes of material nature is called conditioned life. But when the same consciousness is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is situated in the consciousness of liberation. When one is completely cleansed of the impurities of lust and greed produced from false identification as the body, as I and the bodily, okay. False identification of the body, 15. Okay, I'm sorry. 1 second. it is. I shall now explain the ancient yoga mystics formally to the gate sages. Okay. Okay. Okay, when one is completely cleansed of the impurities of lust and greed produced from the false identification of the body as I and the bodily positions are mine, one's mind becomes purified. In that pure state of he transcends the stage of so-called material happiness and distress. At that time, the soul can see himself to be transcendental to material existence and always self-effulgent, never fragmented, although very minute in size. In that position of self-realization, by practice of knowledge and renunciation in devotional service, one sees everything in the right perspective. He becomes indifferent to material existence, and the material influence acts less powerful upon him. This is the last verse that we read last time when I spoke, and today's verse will come to the today's verse. Okay, 90. That knowledge and renunciation are never perfect unless joined by devotional service is explicitly explained here. Nayujamanaya means without being dovetailed. Just knowledge and renunciation without devotional service, it is not complete, because we have the knowledge that we are the spirit soul. That is one thing. And renunciation, I am giving up the material, whatever the desires and everything. That is one. But we have to be rightly situated. Just if somebody is suffering a disease, or like he had a fever and some symptoms, just the fever is reduced, one thing is reduced, it's not sufficient, but he has to resume his activities, everything normally, like he need to eat properly and he need to function properly. That whole thing is completely, then it is called cure. Just the reducing a fever, it doesn't, we cannot say it is complete cure. Like that, if one is knows that I am spirit soul, I am not this body, that is one that's only part of the realization, but it is not complete. Then he need to engage in the devotional service, and also he need to understand the purpose of his life. Just knowing it is the spirit, that's not the end of it. So our human life is meant for athato brahma jignasa, like we have to know about the supreme person, we have to inquire about the supreme person, who is that. And then as in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, like Jiber Swarupahoy Nichera Krishna Das. So human life is meant for self-realization, and self-realization means first we have to know ourselves, and also we have to know our position, and we have to know about the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then in that, when we know that, and then we have to render service to the Supreme Person, because we are meant to serve the Lord, right? Like have we, even in the material world, we notice like service is it's our occupation, like it is always there. If you are not serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for example, but if you will be serving something or other, you will work, serve your boss, you will serve your wife, or you will serve your husband, you will serve your kids, and you serve your pet. If so, nobody, or even somebody is living alone, they will have a pet and they will serve the pet. Like it is like serving is very calm. That's nature of the living entity. They will to serve. That is coming from the right in the, it is in the, with the soul itself. It is the serving nature itself is attached to the soul, but it has to be done to the correct person, right? Like what happens if we serve the family, you will, it is we are like that is like a attachment, right? The bodily relationship, you are going to the bodily relationship, which is not permanent. Because you are serving somebody, you will get develop attachment, and then the one you are serving is a temporary body, and that's not, it's not going to last anyway. It is going to die very soon. And then there is no realization in that. And then you don't but your the human life is meant for brahma jignasa, and also human life is meant to serve the Supreme Lord. As a part and parcels, we have to serve the Supreme Lord. Like uh, there is no happiness if you if the parts are they itself, they cannot enjoy, right? We think that we can enjoy in this life, in this world, doing this thing or that thing. We are constantly changing to do I get bored and do something else. And why do we do that? Because we don't have any real happiness in the what we are doing. That's why we keep changing the things. And this material world is like that. It is not permanent, and also it doesn't provide the real happiness. Real happiness comes from the Supreme Personal, serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We think that this is the happiness, but it is Maya Sukha. Like this is a illusory happiness. There is no happiness in this material world. Okay. And how you get happy? You serve the Supreme Lord, then your senses and your consciousness is purified. In that purified consciousness, you will see the Supreme Personality of Godhead present in everybody, and then you will treat them with respect, and that way you will cultivate the real happiness, right? And in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, and yoga means linking with the Supreme. That is called yoga. Any yoga that is linking with the Supreme is called linking with the Lord is called yoga. And there are other lot of ways of yogas. And and also regarding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is Satchidananda Vigraha. He had he is present in three features. One is called the realization is called Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahman realization is for the impersonalist. They don't believe in the form of the Lord, so they worship the Brahman effulgence. But the Brahman realization is the effulgence of the Lord, but it is not the. There is it is only partial realization, because there are two more steps to that. There is another Paramatma realization. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, as Super Soul. And also then he is present in the Golok Vrindavana as the Supreme Personality of Godhead with like a cowherd boy. That is the Supreme, the Bhagavan feature of the Lord, right? And it is says that in the beginning of the second chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that when one engages himself in the devotional service of Vasudeva, spiritual knowledge and renunciation of the material world automatically becomes manifest. And what is that verse is Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yad Ahaitukam. By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. And from this we can understand that by rendering devotional service, one can immediately acquire the knowledge and detachment from the world. They come automatically. Just we don't have to deliberately do it. And also these Buddhist philosophers, what they say is they found out that like desires are cause for the suffering of the human living beings. So we have to become desireless. That's their theory, like nirvana and liberation from the desires and distresses. And Mayavadi theory, everything is Maya. They say everything is Maya. That is their theory. But there's both of them, they are not complete. No, okay, but you cannot stop your desires entirely, and you can do it only for certain time. Then you will go back to your desires again. This Mayavadi theory also, a lot of Mayavadi sannyasis, they do the yoga practice very strictly, stopping all the material activities. But very soon, when they come back to the material world, they will fall down again, because the main problem is they don't have the conception of having a loving relationship with the Lord and then serving the Lord. The devotional service, they are missing that point. That's the reason. And Krishna says in the Brahmano hi pratishtaham amritasya yasya cha sasvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya ityantikasya cha. And I am the basis of impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. The constitution of Brahman is immortality, imperishability, eternity, and happiness. Brahman is the beginning of transcendental realization. Paramatma, the super soul, is the middle and the second stage in the transcendental realization. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate realization of the absolute truth. Therefore, both Paramatma and impersonal Brahman are within the Supreme Person. And also in the Isha Upanishad, the devotee prays, Hiranyamayena patrena satyasta pihito mukham tam tvam pushan apavrunu satya dharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. And in the Bhagavad Gita says yoginam api sarvesham adhyate antaratmana shraddhavan bhajite yomam same yukta tamamata. The culmination of all kinds of yoga practice lies in Bhakti Yoga. And all yogas are but means to come to the point of Bhakti in Bhakti Yoga. Yoga actually means Bhakti Yoga. All other yogas are progression towards the destination of Bhakti Yoga. From the beginning, we start with the Karma Yoga, like engaging all of our activities in the in the consciousness of Godhead. That is called Karma Yoga. Like doing everything for Krishna is Karma Yoga. And gradually, without fruitive result, we don't have to, without attaching to the result of the activities, we do the whatever the activities we are doing. That is the beginning. And then when the Karma Yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, that stage is called Jnana Yoga. And when Jnana Yoga increases in meditation on the super soul by different physical processes, and the mind is on him, and then it is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses the Ashtanga Yoga and comes to the point of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it is called Bhakti Yoga, the culmination. Actually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal. Okay. And in the conditioned state, we are influenced by the material nature. We have already discussed how we are conditioned by the three modes of material nature: ignorance, passion, and goodness. Goodness is superior to ignorance and passion, because from the platform of goodness, we can come to understand Krishna and thereby transcend the modes altogether. In this stage, people are generally influenced by lower modes, the modes of ignorance and passion. In these modes, we are not able to serve Krishna. It is our constitutional position to serve someone. But when we do not serve Krishna, we serve Maya. In any case, we cannot become master. We can say that he's a master, but he is not serving anyone. We may serve our family, society, country, business, automobile, or whatever. If we cannot find anything to serve, we just buy a cat or dog and serve it. This is what I was telling before, right? Actually, only master is Krishna. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Brutcha. And Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 5.142. All the demigods, human beings, animals, trees, and everything else are servants. Self-realization is realizing that one is the eternal servant of Krishna and that one's duty is to serve him. And self-realization is not thinking aham brahmasmi. Aham brahmasmi, like it is, the Mayavadis they interpret as I am also God. It's like that. It's not like that. I am the soul. That's what it meant. And um, it is not I have become Brahman, Bhagavan. No. Like we are very minute particles of Krishna, but we are not the supreme. That we have to understand. And also Krishna says specifically in Bhagavad Gita, Prakrite Kriyamanani Gunais Karmani Sarvasa Karta. Maya is the maid servant of Krishna, and if we are the servants of Maya, how can we be with Krishna or Bhagavan? When we come to our spiritual senses, then we can understand that we are engaged in the Maya service and that our duty is to engage in Krishna's service. That is the realization. And it is stated here, Jnana Vairagya Yuktena, real understanding is knowing oneself to be servant of Krishna, no one else, because we are under illusion. We are serving Kama, Lobha, Maha, Matsarya, lust and greed, without benefit and without pleasure. And when the knowledge comes that, when you understand that Krishna is the supreme, then one becomes Mahatma. Mahatma means one who realizes that Krishna is everything. He does not defy Krishna or try to become Krishna. One who does not, one who does so is not a Mahatma, but a Duratma, a rascal. Those who says that I am Brahman, I am the supreme person of the God. I am also God. That is the Duratma. Like that verse, it says, Mahatmanas tumam bharta daivim prakriti masrita bhajanti ananya manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. O son of Buddha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So you have a choice. Krishna is he don't force anything. Like a good father, he will let you choose, and he will give you full independence to choose what you want to do. But he's waiting in your heart, is situated in your heart as Paramatma, as he's waiting for you. The more than you are eager to see the Lord, God is so 10 times more eager to receive you. He is waiting, when this soul will turn to me. Like you have choice either to choose Krishna or to choose Maya. We have to select, but we are covered by the modes, and then because of all material attachments, we tend to choose Maya as opposed to Krishna, right? That is our misfortune. And that's Mahatmas are under Daivi Prakriti. If you choose Maya, that is the external energy of the Lord, and that is inferior. And then if you choose the Supreme, if we choose Krishna, that is under the superior energy of Krishna, the divine energy. So that is, then we will attain that realization and knowledge, and then ultimately we will attain Krishna. As soon as one reaches the, when one realizes that Maya is want to get out of the Maya, and he surrenders to the Supreme Lords, then he will attain the knowledge. He serves the Supreme Lord with devotion, then he attains the knowledge. And as soon as one gets this knowledge, he reaches to the Brahma Bhuta stage, Brahma realization, and he becomes Prasannatma. He's happy. One may ask, why should I serve Krishna? We have already explained that being a part means serving the whole. The whole is Krishna, and the individuals are meant for Krishna's satisfaction. Ishavasham idam sarvam. Everything in this world is animate or inanimate. Everything is created by the Lord. So we have to just take as much as is required to maintain the body, and then the rest we have to use it in the service of Krishna. That is the way. And we have to serve Krishna. And hand cannot enjoy by itself. It has to feed the stomach, and from the stomach all the nourishment go to the entire body. Just the body parts, they cannot enjoy themselves, right? And and also, like those who are a Brahman realization, after some time they fall down, because after the pious activities are exhausted, they will fall down. There is very less chance from them. From there, if they can realize, or if they can get the knowledge of, there is further more to go. There is Para Brahma, and then Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then they have to realize, then if they render devotional service, they can go further, but it's very rare. But otherwise, just if they are focusing on Brahman realization, they will fall down ultimately. And then after their pious activities are done, they will fall down, because there is no, in the Brahman realization, there is no service attitude, there is no love and relationship. Krishna, in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, we know that there are 5 different ways to serve him in different rasas. And we were actually eternal servants of Krishna once before, but we want to be the Lord's, so we are in this material world. So we have to, we have to get back to our original nature of serving Krishna in any kind of rasas. That will come, like once you engage in the complete devotional service, you will get realization, your rasa and everything. That will come later. But it could be Krishna is, he won't force you, and it is like lovingly, whatever the relation, he will if you want to treat him as your son, he will be your son, like that. He will reciprocate according to your wish. And he is more merciful to the devotees, okay. And then pariprashan. Okay, and this, I'm done with this. Okay. And we have, okay, just in this connection, I have one song from Narottam Das Thakur. It is called Hari Hari Bifale Janma Gonayano. I am going to sing now. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gonayano. Hari Hari Vifale Janama Gonayino. Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna na Bhajiya. Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna na Bhajiya. Janiya Suniya Bishakaino. Janiya Suniya Bishakaino. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. Ratina Janme Loke Netai. Ratina Janme Loke Netai. Samsara Vishanale Dibanishiya Jwale. samsara bishanale dibanishiya jwale juraite na koi no upai जुराईते ना कोई नो उपाय बजेन्द्रानंदाना जय शशि सूता होइलो से ब्रजेन्द्रानंदाना जय शशि सूता होइलो से बलराम होइलो निताय बलराम होइलो निताय दीनहीन जाता चिलो हरि नाम उद्धारिलो दीनहीन जाता चिलो हरि नाम उद्धारिलो तर साक्षी जगाई माधाय तर साक्षी जगाई माधाय हा प्रभु हा प्रभु नंदा सुता वृषभानु सुता जूता हा प्रभु नंदा सुता वृषभानु सुता जूता करुणा करो हे बारो करुणा करो हे बारो नरोत्तम दास कोई नातली हो रंग पाए नरोत्तम दास कोई नातली हो रंग पाए तुम बिना के आचे हमारा तुम बिना के आचे हमारा हरि हरि विफले जन्म गुणाहिनो मनुष्य जन्म पाया राधा कृष्ण ना बाजिया जानिया सुनिया अभिषेकायनो. Translation is like this. O Lord Hari, I have spent my life uselessly, have obtained a human birth, and having not worshipped Radha and Krishna, I have knowingly drunk poison. The treasure of divine love in Golok Vrindavana has descended as the congregational chanting of Lord Hari's holy names. Why did my attraction for that chanting never come about? Day and night, my heart burns from the fire of the poison of worldliness, and I have not taken the means to relieve it. Lord Krishna, who is the son of the king of Raja, became the son of Sachi, Lord Chaitanya, and Balarama became Nitai. The holy name delivered all those souls who were lowly and wretched. The two sinners, Jaga and Madai, are evidence of this. Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, accompanied by the daughter of Rishabhanu, please be merciful to me now. Narottama Das says, O Lord, please do not push me away from your reddish lotus feet, for who is my beloved except for you? This is how we pray to the Lord, right? Like a very nice song. And with this, I conclude my class. And if there are any questions, please go ahead.
Very nice class, Yugdharma. You covered a lot of points and you did very well. I enjoyed the class.
Thank you. If we don't have any questions, maybe we can end this call. Pancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam
Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
anantakoti
Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Yugdharma Mataji ki jai.
Hare Krishna.